Her faded olive jacket was an open wound in a room stitched with threads of immense wealth. Her old rifle, clutched with quiet familiarity, seemed a relic, clashing starkly with the polished steel and custom firepower defining the Hawthorne elite range. VIP lanes don't allow the lost and confused, the receptionist, Derek, announced, his slicked-back hair matching his polished disdain. His cold eyes raked over Harper Lane like an unwelcome speck on his pristine, exclusive floor. None knew they faced the inheritor of a silent legend, a storm gathering in the calm, hazel depths of her observant eyes. Hawthorne Elite Range was a temple, consecrated not just to precision, but to an almost feudal sense of privilege. Its glass and steel facade gleamed under the California sun. Inside, the air was sharp, a cocktail of gunpowder, expensive cologne, and suffocating entitlement. Black marble floors reflected cool LED lights, and digital scoreboards blazed with names carrying dynastic weight: children of senators, Olympians, tech titans. Membership here wasn't a transaction, it was a bloodline, costing more annually than most homes. The walls showcased gold-framed champions, their eyes as cold as their aim. A velvet rope separated the elite from the unworthy. Today, Harper Lane, 23, stood on the wrong side. Her scuffed jeans and worn jacket were blasphemy against the tailored tactical gear streaming past. Harper was a quiet force, her beauty raw, unadorned. Auburn hair, like dying embers, was in a loose braid. Her hazel eyes, sharp and unflinching, held a depth that hinted at experiences beyond her years. Across her shoulder lay an M1 Garand, its wood stock worn smooth by decades. It was her father's, Colonel Thomas Lane, a legendary sniper who'd ended conflicts with a single shot. He'd raised her on backwoods ranges, teaching her to breathe with the trigger. After his death, she'd promised to honor his legacy, but this crowd saw only a nobody, her presence an insult. Derek blocked her path. "This isn't for ordinary people," he dripped contempt. "VIP lanes are for members, not whatever you are." He gestured at her rifle. From a pillar, Connor Blake, son of a hedge fund king, his tracksuit screaming its price, grinned. "They letting in mops and maintenance now?" he called, sparking chuckles. Harper's fingers brushed her VIP pass, earned through blood and loyalty. She held it out. "I'm a guest." Derek's smirk faltered as the scanner beeped green. "This is a mistake," he muttered, stepping aside. Laughter formed a gauntlet as Harper walked towards the lounge. The range's live stream feed became a digital pillory. Phones glowed, captions a public execution. "Welfare shooter," one read, zooming on her scuffed boots. "She's a joke," another posted, shared by a congressman's son. Vanessa Cole, a sharpshooter known for her $6,000 optics and modeling contract, raised her voice for the live stream. "Look at her," she mocked Harper's jacket. "This is Hawthorne, not a salvage yard." The crowd roared. Comments flooded. "Kick. Her out. Fraud." Harper's hands stayed steady, eyes forward. Her mother, watching the live stream, saw her face pale with each insult. The wider online audience began to stir, a nascent rage at the cruelty. The range's interior was a cathedral of competition. Lanes stretched 50 meters. Members lounged in leather chairs, sipping $20 lattes, rifles gleaming. Harper's jacket drew stares. Tyler Reed, a trust fund kid, his $12,000 rifle beside him, snorted. "Even cleaning staff gets access now, huh?" His clique laughed. "Polish the targets?" one quipped, tossing a spent casing at her feet. Harper stepped over it, her silence a shield. Professor Laura Vance, an instructor, her tailored blazer a stark contrast, said with false pity, "This is highly irregular. Hawthorne is for trained professionals, not charity cases with museum pieces." She gestured at Harper's rifle. "Your presence undermines our standards. Perhaps a community range would suit you better." The crowd murmured approval. "Leave now," Vance added, "and we'll forget this embarrassment." Harper's braid swayed as she adjusted her rifle. hazel eyes flickering with buried resolve. The head coach, Colonel Raymond Pierce, a grizzled ex-Marine, barked, "Are you sure you even know which end of that rifle to hold?" Harper met his gaze. "I'll figure it out," she said softly, a quiet vow. The crowd snickered, phones poised for her failure. Then Ethan Caldwell, the range's golden boy, 25 dark curls, chiseled jaw, his custom rifle a $60,000 Predator, turned from his near-perfect scores. Spotting Harper, his grin was a weapon. "If you beat my last score," he announced, loud enough for the live stream, "I'll leave immediately, but if I win, you're gone, janitor." The crowd erupted. Ethan leaned closer. "No pressure, sweetheart." Harper didn't flinch. She nodded once, her silence louder than their jeers. The live stream audience seethed, urging her to shatter their arrogance. Mockery continued as Harper set up at lane 8. Connor Blake sneered, "That rifle's a fossil. Bet it falls apart." He flicked a coffee stirrer at her feet. "Pick it up, maintenance." "Girl," Vanessa's voice cut, "you're embarrassing yourself, hon. Go home before you shoot your foot off," Coach Pierce added, his tone patronizing. "This is an elite facility. We don't have time for amateurs with relics." Harper's hands moved with quiet precision, loading her rifle, her face a mask of calm. Her mother, watching the live stream, from a hospital bed, crumpled with each insult. A retired general leaned toward Coach Pierce, loud enough for the live stream. "This is what happens when you let scholarships in. No breeding, no skill." Harper's fingers brushed her rifle. Faint tremor, the only sign of tension. Ethan took his turn, his movement smooth. The board flashed 10, 9.9, 10, 10. The crowd roared. Smirks aimed at Harper. "Good luck, thrift store," Ethan called, cocky. Harper stepped to the line, M1 Garand steady. The crowd hushed, phones raised. She exhaled, her body still, focus a laser. 50 meters out, a tiny red dot. Shot one, crack, a soft ping. 10, murmurs rippled. "Lucky shot," Tyler scoffed. Harper didn't blink. Shot 2. 10, the ping sharper. Vanessa's smirk faded. Shot 3. 10, the range's congratulatory melody played, a rare chime. The crowd froze, laughter dying. "Beginner's luck," Connor muttered, his voice cracking. Harper remained calm. Shot 4. 10. The melody, louder, insistent. Coach Pierce's clipboard trembled. Shot 5. 10. A headset clattered to the floor. Shot 6. 10. The range was a graveyard. Every eye on Harper. Ethan's grin was gone, jaw tight. The live stream exploded. "Who is this girl?" Harper's braid swayed. Shot 7. 10. The melody was a hymn. Tyler's face paled. Shot 8. 10. Vanessa ripped off her optics, hands shaking. Shot 9. 10. The crowd was silent, phones lowered, mockery a distant memory. Shot 10. Perfect center. 10. The board flashed a new record. 100. The melody played, triumphant. "Facility record broken." Harper lowered her rifle, breath steady, hazel eyes, sweeping the room. The audience roared, hearts soaring, her triumph ablaze, burning away their scorn. She turned, calm, dead steady. "My father taught me to shoot when I was 6, her voice soft but piercing. "He was the #1 sniper in his unit while you were still learning how to double-click a mouse." The crowd parted, heads bowed. Coach Pierce rose, eyes shining with respect. He began to clap, slow, deliberate. Others joined, applause swelling. Ethan stood frozen, mouth twitching, as her faint smile caught him. I was an idiot," he said, voice cracking, for the live stream to catch. "You're not just better. You're untouchable." Coach Pierce nodded. "Mr. Caldwell, your scores are no longer the standard. Step aside." Ethan's shoulders slumped, gaze lingering on Harper, her smile a quiet fire. "I was wrong," he told her, low, reverent. You're incredible. Harper nodded, smile warm. The range's director, General Marcus Tate, stepped forward, voice resonant. Harper Lane has redefined excellence, he declared. Her record of 100 is now the benchmark for Hawthorne. He turned to the staff, gaze stern. Those who mocked her, Derek, Professor Vance, face suspension. Standards here are about skill, not status. The guilty shrank. Tate unveiled a digital plaque. Harper Lane, record holder. Harper stood, tall, her smile catching Ethan's eye again, his heart racing at her grace. The live stream audience roared. Harper Lane trending globally. Hawthorne's hierarchy crumbled. Connor Blake slunk away. Vanessa packed, her arrogance a memory. Tyler's boasts died. The elite were humbled, their exclusivity shattered. Ethan lingered, cockiness replaced by awe. He approached Harper later, as the crowd thinned. Voice soft. I don't deserve your time, he said, eyes locked on her smile. But I'd be a fool not to try. You're not just a shooter, you're a force. Harper's hazel eyes met his, her smile deepening. Coffee's a start, she said, her voice a bridge between them. Ethan's heart raced. Her smile was the beginning of something unstoppable. Hawthorne Elite Range was reshaped that day, its soul touched by a girl in faded jeans who'd silenced them all with 10 perfect shots. If stories of hidden strength and the moments that redefine everything resonate with you, I invite you to explore more narratives like Harper's right here on Fable Crypt.